Oh merde, 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 merde.
Caspervision. Walk us through the day. What happened when you were on the day that you prepared to go out for this paragliding session, and then shit hit the fan and you were plummeting to Earth? What happened?
It was a great day, actually. It started as normal. I'd been in Spain for training and preparing for the Swiss Championships. And so everything started normal. A strong summer day. In the summer, the thermals are a bit stronger. The conditions are a bit harder to fly. Mm-hmm. But I know those conditions, and I was, super motivated. And I was a bit unfortunate that that day my mother was there.
Oh, actually, no, man, even worse.
Yeah. Hey, Mom, look at me. Look what I can do.
Oh, my God. She must have had a heart attack.
She came to visit from France, so we breakfast in the morning together, and even my nieces were there, 2 of them, and we had a good day, starting at quite late in this place. We start to fly around 1, 2 o'clock, and then you can do many repetitions or many flights, kind of. You can stay in the air for hours.
Yeah,
and
right.
So, where you can see the video when it was taken was already my second run or my second flight. Before I was training well, everything went good. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, in the second run, I didn't. How should I say? I performed a twisty misty, and unfortunately, during the trick, my right brake handle got stuck somehow. With there is elastic attached to the brake handle. Somehow it got stuck, and I couldn't brake enough in the moment I needed to. So the wing really dived forwardly, and I was just flying towards it. To the thermal conditions as well helped quite a lot, and the wing straight went towards me, and I couldn't avoid to fall into. And from that point, I knew I'm in big troubles. Yeah. And I was quite certain that things will work out. I've never been in a sketchy situation like this, but kind of like here and there, things doesn't go right. And normally the rescues you're using, these parachutes, they're working really well. Yeah. So I was confident, and
oh, really? So when you were like literally falling to Earth, at that point, you were like, "Yeah, I'm going to be all right. I should get out of this." Because I'll be honest with you, at the beginning of this podcast, I'm going to put, if it's okay with you, I'm going to put that video on. Okay, so people understand. Sure. Because, mate, when I saw it, and because it all wraps around, and then it's around your neck and your head and everything, you're twisted right up. I mean, I just thought, there's no way. And then I think, was it your mum that was recording you? Or somebody was recording you? Because I heard a female voice going, "Oh, no."
There were actually 2 people recording in the footage. There are 2 different videos.
Right.
And a good friend who was in takeoff. And my niece, actually, my sister's daughter, was there and recording it. And actually understanding at this moment how sketchy the situation was, but
because that's probably that would probably be worse in a way, and this might sound stupid, that mentally at that point that might have been actually worse for them, because you're probably in focus mode right now, survive, your adrenaline's going, you're in like a heightened awareness of what's going on. Whereas your mum and your cousins are just looking and going, we're helpless. We can't do anything. We're just seeing our son fall from the sky here.
Yeah, exactly. That was also something I was well aware of. And in a few seconds later, when things went really messy, I was thinking of her and thought like, that's a really shitty situation for her to watch. And I wasn't so concerned about me. For sure, it's horrible what can happen or whatever, but I think it's worse for the people around. And even if anything went well in the end, I knew the shock is deeper for the people who had to watch it than for me. For me, also quite rough or kind of traumatizing. But in the end, the rescue worked and I landed safely, and that was a big release. So this part where I was scared or where I was worried a lot was really a short time.
Did it feel longer? Like, did time slow down or speed up as you were free falling, or did it? Like I said, I would imagine, sometimes when something happens, it's almost like you can see it in slow motion, right?
Yeah, man.
How did it feel like that to you?
Yeah, in the moment it happened, it didn't feel like this, but after when I went through the footage and I see how quick things went, I completely understood that I had in this moment a lot of thoughts, a lot of things I did, which is hard to catch on the camera, or even when I analyze it, it's hard to see the different different things which I remember doing.
Yeah. So me and Mace were talking earlier because we were looking at the footage. We were both a little bit confused because obviously the main chute crumbled, started spinning, you were falling, and then...
No, he was inside the chute, wasn't he? He hit the chute and wrapped up in that.
Yeah.
But there was that orange box or whatever it was.
There's an edit that you did, and it's slowed down. It says final thing to do.
Or 1 second before.
Like last resort, cut the cord. What was it? Cut the rope or something like that? What was it you did there?
No, in the very last moment, I kind of saved my life because I took the package of the rescue. It's kind of a parachute around one pretty simple stuff, but it's in this package where you have to throw it far enough and the lines need to get stretched to open this. If it opens too close to your body, most likely you end up in it or you have even more troubles.
Oh, shit.
So this was the last thing to do, and it's really unlikely in paragliding or in any sport to deploy that. I've never seen it, and actually it saved my life.
Nice, man. Kevin, was that the orange thing that was floating behind you on the line? There was like an orange little square. Was that the reserve chute that you was trying to grab?
Yeah, that was the second reserve I pulled out on the left, and it was straight away tangled with all the lines around from my paraglider, because I fall into my paraglider all around the lines. They were around my body, and that was the main issue which caused all this troubles, that I was wrapped around with lines.
Yeah. So did you have because obviously clearly looking at your footage, everything like that, and you've done competitions, how long have you been professional?
In this sport, it's really hard to be professional, I would say. I do this on this level since a longer time, but pretty much 5 years ago, I broke my back and been in a wheelchair for like a half a year. So
how long ago was that? Sorry, how long ago?
5 years, 2017.
Oh, right. Shit. How did you do that?
I took a thermal a bit too close to the mountain. Nothing really sketchy. Nothing. I was flying a paraglider as well, as you can consider.
Mate, have you not? Sorry to interrupt. Have you not thought about doing golf or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe something a little bit less extreme. Yeah.
I've never been that guy, actually.
You don't seem it.
Much excitement of playing a frisbee in the park or something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But go on, carry on. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no worry. No, I was turning or turtling a bit too close to the mountain, and normally I wouldn't have a crash or I wouldn't get anything there. But unfortunately, I was a bit in a rotor in a wave of the wind, which pushed me a bit down, and I couldn't avoid to crash. And I came in really like in a flat angle, and I didn't expect to get really hurt in this moment. That was really unlucky to hit some cow trail or some like little trail, and I immediately stopped, and my spinal cord or my vertebra burst, and some fragments of my spinal cord, and immediately I couldn't move a single part below my belly button.
Oh mate. Oh man, that's.
And
how did you make like? Okay, so I mean that was only 5 years ago, but it seems like you got back on top of things, and you've really you've not let that affect you at all, man, at all, have you really? And what a strong individual.
Quite some while to get back, actually. Like I was a half year on the wheelchair after I was maybe able to walk a half a mile, and I was really limited for a long time. But like 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago, I discovered that I can do acrobacy again, like this flying maneuvers, figures and stuff. And my body and my back was well adjusted for it, and I was super motivated to try it back.
Awesome.
And one after the other, I'm back on, like full on.
Wow, man. So 5 years ago, after this incident, like, what was the recovery like? Did you how much did you recover from that, physically and mentally? Or is it just like is it a total no-go? You can't recover from something like that?
You can't recover fully from a spinal cord injury, I would say, or that's what they told me. And I still have some nerve issues, like my left foot is a bit limp sometimes. It's not as strong as the right foot.
Right.
And my sensitivity on my legs is a bit less. Like I don't feel everything the same way as I used before. But really a small part, like there is a lot, like if you have this kind of injury, you can have all your muscles which are not working, like the whole sensitivity can be gone, like even the position of your legs is something really important, and it can be gone. So all these parts have been a little bit compromised, but in a really small way. And I would say just by luck I'm walking today, and no one knew at that time. Like they were like, we can't tell you, maybe you're gonna walk again, maybe not. What they told my mother actually was probably not. But yeah, luckily she didn't tell me, and I was kept motivated.
Wow, man. I mean, that's
unreal.
That is unreal.
Someone's definitely watching over you, looking after you, mate. To have that happen, to have your accident happen. Are you back up in the air again now after your accident? You straight back up again? Not worried yet?
Yeah, I wanted to fly the same day, but unfortunately,
why did I fly the same day?
You must have some massive bollocks.
No, it's like when you fall from the horse, you have to get back up.
That's
Otherwise
true.
It gets to your head.
It's true. That is definitely true. So, how long were you flying before the accident then?
Like before the first accident.
Oh,
no,
how many accidents? Okay. Well, how many?
Second accident you meant?
No. So okay, let's bring it back to the very beginning. Okay. So I'm sorry to ask this because there's mixed things on the internet, on your Instagrams. Whereabouts are you from originally?
Yeah, I'm originally from Switzerland, and I started paragliding like 12 years ago, but in the beginning, like really slow and cautious, and then step by step I progress, and now I'm here pushing hard.
How do you start? How do you start paragliding? How do you get into it? I'd love to have a go. Would you?
Well, this is what I've actually said to him. All right, for like a prize, not even a prize. It's probably a punishment, really. But I would like to sort us out some tickets to go skydiving because,
mate,
ain't
happening.
Yeah, I would just buy the ticket and you'd have to do it.
No.
Otherwise, you would
I'd go paragliding, but I wouldn't jump out of a plane, mate.
Well, see, I would much rather jump out of a plane than do a bungee jump.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, same.
Would you do you know what I mean, Kevin?
Yeah, that's for sure.
But when you got a rope, I mean, how many have you seen those accidents where the rope snaps or they do the rope too long or something?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. That's not good.
Yeah, but I don't know. When I was younger, the thought of jumping out of a plane, I was just like, no fucking way. But now that I'm older, I don't know why. I'm just thinking heights, I might contemplate doing that, you know? And you're coming with me.
No, mate, I'm not jumping out.
You can strap onto my front.
We'll get Kevin to take us out, mate, on a paraglider. I'll do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, okay then. So, 12 years ago you started, yeah? And Mace's original question, how did you get into that?
My buddy actually found a paraglider in his basement. It was the one from his father, an old one. So he was really motivated on the weekend, texted me like, hey, are you keen to try this on some hill? And we just went to some small slope and run down the hill and inflate the wing. And we saw the potential in it, and we were really motivated to start on. And from this point, we first flew a bit illegally, but just from like really small hills, like tiny heights. And as soon as we knew we really want to continue, we started school. We started to in Switzerland there are many places where you can start, and
beautiful place as well, Switzerland. Oh, absolutely beautiful.
Stunning, mate. Yeah, stunning scenery.
I've never been there, but I've seen the pictures. I've seen it on TV.
Maybe not the best to start paragliding. In the UK is much better, I guess, because you have the grassy, nice slopes. We have like big, tough mountains at some point. So there's strong winds and rough conditions sometimes. Yeah. But there in every place you found a spot where you can learn it super safe, and there's a lot of knowledge nowadays. Like in the beginning or when I started, it was much less, and the sport is still developing and getting much safer. Yeah. So
I suppose back in the day, it was a lot more sort of being told by your mates, oh, over here's a really good place over here. But now you've got apps of like, you know, places you can go and things like that, I assume.
Yeah, there's a lot of knowledge nowadays. You can look up everything online, and you get a lot of knowledge. But when I started, actually, there was not much on YouTube in general. So you could look up things. When we did our first little flights, we made a lot of small mistakes. So I really can't recommend to do it that way. Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun process, and
man. This is your living. This is what you do. You just go around flying everywhere around the world. You've been
by now, yes, pretty much. Yeah, I travel and fly as much as I can, and
hey,
good life, innit? Yeah. Some life, eh?
Where would you say is the most extreme places you've flown, and also maybe the most difficult, or the most beautiful, or the most really dodgy places that you've flown?
They're always kind of the same. Like the dodgiest places are usually the most beautiful places.
Oh yeah.
And so one was in Brazil. Is a place where we go to fly really long distances. Some people are able to fly almost up to 600 kilometers.
Right.
At that time, it was also before my accident, like 5 years ago, almost 6 years by now. We went to Sierra, which is a state in Brazil close to Fortaleza, and there you have like really strong conditions, a lot of wind, which make it possible to fly with backwind big distance.
Yeah.
So there it was quite interesting. In the air, sometimes you see like 5-6 dust devils at the same time, you know, all around you. So
no way,
you see what? Sorry, dust
devils, like little mini dust tornadoes. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. They go up to like 2,000 meters, like 6,000 feet. like strong, like little tornadoes, and you have to
dodge
figure
them.
out.
No way.
Oh wow, man, that's like a computer
I
game,
know,
isn't it?
man. It's like Pilot Wings, isn't it? On a Nintendo.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, man. So, because go on, carry on.
And then it's one of the poorest areas, and also kind of a criminal area
Right.
in Brazil. But the people are really lovely. They live really basic there, and wherever you land, most likely there are pilots in land before. You're probably the first person landing there. So to see the vibe of these people who most likely never seen someone flying, and see their curiosity, and
that's
super
amazing.
Yeah, man. You feel like a massive celebrity just landing in, you know?
You should feel like a spaceman. They think you've come from space or something. Yeah, man.
They all come together, and like the girls are laughing, asking some small questions like, "Oh, where are you from?"
Switzerland. What, you come all the way from Switzerland on that?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, no one goes there. There's not like nothing to do. It's like desert almost. So they never see a stranger.
I saw on one of your videos that, well, there's a couple actually where I think you like going over beaches quite a lot, right? And I saw one of you literally swooping down in between a crowd and just like, you know, foot surfing along the curb, you know?
Nice.
That's it. That's some entrance, that. Are you allowed to do that? Surely not. Yeah. You're not allowed to do that. Surely not.
Oh, on a beach?
Yeah, you can't start swooping down.
Yeah, they can. They're allowed to do that. The people should fucking move. So
okay.
get out of the way.
So you need. You need a license for a drone that the weighs is the same weight as a phone.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to fucking swoop down.
No, I don't know. I'm just
12
guessing.
stone.
I'm just guessing you would be allowed.
Yeah, actually, this place is really famous. It's one of the biggest paragliding spots. A lot of the people walking on the beach or on the promenade know that they're pilots in the air, and they know they're gonna land there. But still, it's like the main season when it's really busy.
Right.
I think like two people a month die from like crashing on the landing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but they do like thousands of flights. There are like many commercial flights with tandems, and then many solo pilots as well. But yeah, it's a crazy place.
Sometimes they get it wrong, mate, or there's a gust of wind that knocks you out, or I'm guessing you're coming in at those speeds, mate. You can't make any mistakes, can you?
Yeah, it's like I remember there's one thing I wanted to speak to you about. You know the wingsuits?
Yeah.
Have you seen? Well, I'm sure you have. That how fucking dodgy those wings are.
Close proximity ones,
mate. When they're going towards these fucking mountains and stuff, and like literally grass is going on their chin. They're getting that close to the ground. It's ridiculous, and there's been some real fatalities. Isn't there?
Yeah.
You know. Is that something you've thought about doing, like wingsuiting and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, it was something which came through my mind a few years ago, but now with my back injury, it's not recommended, because like every here and then they have really strong openings.
Right.
Like their parachute is made to open really quick, and can be really strong on your back.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah. Because I would imagine also you would need abnormally strong strength with all the G's that you're pulling throughout, not just your upper body, but your lower body, your feet, your hands, your neck, and everything, just to stabilize yourself going through those winds, because that is crazy, you know?
Kevin, there's one thing I wanted to ask you, mate. You know paragliding, what's the one where they've got the skis? Is it paraskiing? Have you seen that, where they've got like the parachute and the skis, and they're coming down and they're skiing, then they go off the end, and
like a James Bond type of situation going on.
Yeah, I've seen clips on YouTube, but I don't know. What's it called? Have you tried it?
It's speed riding. I haven't tried it. It's I think one of the most dangerous disciplines in the sport.
Is it?
Because people tend to go really close to the ground, and things can go wrong all the time, and they don't have any rescue. They don't have any system to save themselves.
Right.
Anyway, usually so close to the ground, so it wouldn't work anyway.
No.
Yeah, I've seen it many times, and it's super nice. They use normal skis. They go down the ski slope sometimes, and yeah, but the pros, they're really pushing it hard, and it's gnarly what they're up to at the moment.
Yeah. But you say that though, mate. The stuff that you've gone, you're swinging out. You're going round. If people at home are not trying to picture what Kevin does, it's basically you've got the sky is your playground, right? You're doing these swings, and then you're going right round multiple times, upside down, spinning around, and then it looks as though you go, oh, he's fucked up, but you've done it deliberately. You're doing this thing with the paraglide, the chute, like you're collapsing and it's popping back open again, and you're spinning round. It's like, what the hell? It's incredible what you do. It really is. Like how what was it like when you first start off by, I suppose, just flying around, going from A to B, right? When was it the point where you thought, I'm going to go upside down?
Probably by accident.
Yeah. Or I'm going to do some sort of stunts. Like, how do you prepare yourself for doing stunts for the first time and trying these things out for the first time?
It starts very basic and normally over the water. My story why I started doing this stuff is because I had a sketchy situation when I've been to Colombia and my beginnings of paragliding, and my glider collapsed, and I didn't know how to fix the situation, and I had to throw my very first rescue, and luckily nothing happened. I landed safe on some slope, but since then I knew that there are some possibilities that this can happen again, and things might not always go right. So I confronted myself by doing some, like they call it stalls. So you break your wing until it's not flying anymore and it falls back. And these are the first steps, like how you approach this aerobatics.
Oh, right. Okay.
You see what is more possible, but you start really slow, like in general in paragliding. In the beginning, you just start to know how to handle your glider on the ground, and then you go a small hill, and then it's not just straight away from a big mountain.
Yeah. Do you ever go up with mates, like side by side, or obviously distance by distance, but close, with each other, and just go like as a gang, just fly off?
Yeah, like in Spain, the place where I had my accident, or other places, we are able to fly with dynamic winds, so you stay up in the air sometimes for hours, and then you do tricks next to each other. What we do nowadays, we film each other a lot with the new iPhone and your good phones. You can really make some crispy images, and we watch each other all the time, like what is your competitor, or what are the others doing, what they're learning as well. You help your friends when you see something, and as well, if something goes wrong, people are always around. And in my case, when I had my rescue, people would straight spiral down, others would take off and come straight to where I am. So
nice.
We are a big family in this small sport still.
Look after each other. It's good.
Yeah. So, have you got you got sponsors? I would imagine as well. People sponsor you.
Yeah.
Who are your sponsors then?
At the moment, I'm still looking for, but there's some paragliding company like U-Turn, and there's some smaller companies which support me at the moment. And I'm through this incident, a lot of the media gave me some attention, or like my social media grew a lot.
Yeah, because I noticed you on the news as well.
Yeah, exactly.
What is that like, being on the news?
Hey, Mom!
Not like soccer, it's not really a public sport or a sport you can see on TV. So it's quite hard to make a living from it or to have a bigger audience. But by now I'm really working on it, and yeah, it's looking better and better.
Yeah, because the Instagram, mate, you're doing all right, aren't you? I mean, that video of yours, I think that's got 3.5 million views. Is it about 3.5 just on yours?
This video, no, this has on my account, I think 80 million views.
80 million? Oh no, that was the news one that I saw had 3.5 million. So you've got 80 million views.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
like
insane.
3.5 million likes or something.
I reckon you did it on purpose, Kevin.
Yeah.
I need a sponsor, man. Just fold it up. Sorry, mate. You weren't taking a piss.
Oh, man.
But yeah, unbelievable views.
Jesus. Have you got any future trick that you want to do, like you're trying to push for, or that's never been done before, like a quadruple loop or something?
Yeah, what's the hard tricks, man? Come on.
Yeah, there's one trick I was training actually at the moment, and I didn't get it yet. No one was brave enough, I would say, to try it.
Right.
Yeah, I almost got it, but I broke my glider in the last attempt, and so now I was just fixing it today. I had a surgery like 3 weeks ago, so I didn't fly the last 3 weeks because just some little thing with my belly button. But yeah, I fall a bit into my lines again, and the glider ripped a bit. So
explain the trick. What do you have to do? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish?
The trick is like a 360 and then straight to infinite. And infinity is like this how you call it, a tumbling, a straight vertical tumbling, and it's from a negative maneuver like a 360 to this, which I already did. But now comes the trick. In the same moment, I'm twisted, so I'm facing backward. I'm twisted 180 degrees. And when I do the 360 with my glider, I stay with my body the same, and the glider spins 360, and then I let it shoot.
Oh my God.
Shit. So, yeah, now since a few years, we start flying like twisted, which means instead of like this, we go 180.
Does that mean the lines are crossed as well? Yeah.
Yeah.
The mate.
Breaks the right side or the right side. It's a bit confusing.
Yeah, it sounds it. But what's the ideal? What's the perfect conditions for you to do something like that?
I don't know. The perfect conditions is kind of no wind and over water.
No wind. Okay, I would have thought you would need some sort of wind. No.
Wind is just to take off. You need some wind of the takeoff. It's not essential for landing, or even to take off without wind is no problem.
Yeah. Is it? Would you call yourself? And I'm guessing the answer, but would you call yourself an adrenaline junkie? Do you sort of get if you don't do these things, do you get a little bit low and a little bit agitated and frustrated?
Yeah, a little bit. I would say I'm not really like this typical crazy adrenaline junkie.
Right. Yeah.
But but I tend to do things which go in this direction, that's for sure.
Obviously, you get a buzz from it, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it, you know? Obviously, you get that feeling of...
From flying, like if you're just up there, they call it like the high rush or something. I don't know how you call it in English.
Yeah.
But it gives you, this kind of a rush. They used to treat actually heroin addicts in the 70s and 80s in Switzerland by showing them hang gliding. And
no way.
Showing them hang gliding?
No, taking them, I guess.
Yeah, teaching them.
Okay, really?
Teaching them something, so they could replace, this...
the other high that they're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually it wasn't, how should I say, so sustainable, because the people were, heroin addicts, and they're not mostly.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Kevin, have you ever seen anything up in the air? So you've been floating along on a little cruisy flight. Have you ever seen like an eagle or something come up next to you? Doing all that, like giving you the thumbs up, and then he swoops off. Like,
I think you've got a video of that, actually, isn't it?
Honest?
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen a video of an eagle coming underneath your feet or something. Was it?
How you call it? it's not an eagle. They're like this the bird who eats the dead bodies. What is the
Vulture.
name?
Oh, a vulture.
Yeah.
No way,
Oh,
man. They're
mate.
huge.
That's like a sign, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting.
He's waiting for you to fall out of the sky, mate. He's following you. Oh, there's Kevin. He's going to fall.
Because those things are huge, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one in real life?
Yeah, their wingspans are massive.
And they look evil as shit as well.
Bald bastards, aren't they?
Yeah.
In the air, they look a bit nicer. They look more relaxed. And this cool, for example, in Colombia, where I go almost every winter. Sometimes you have them traveling like the same directions, and so hundreds of them passing you, and sometimes they have almost the same glide ratio as we have with our paraglider. They're a bit faster and a bit better gliding, but sometimes you can see them like losing this, and they're just wiggling a bit around you, and they're just looking at you, and they probably think
amazing.
That would be unreal.
or something. So
Yeah.
something.
That's unreal, man. That is unreal. That would be my dream. Imagine that.
Well, do it then, mate.
Oh, mate. I'll
Just fucking get one and jump off a cliff.
I'll just go find one in my basement and just go and jump off fucking headland, shall I?
Do you ever like take people with you, like tandem?
Yeah, I do with friends who are other pilots, but actually it's not something I commercially do, or it's just sometimes some base jumpers need to get a lift to jump or to
No way. Gives them lifts up the mountain.
Yeah.
See, that's amazing. That's the thing with paragliding. You can actually travel and you can actually go up, which is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what's the record distance that somebody's ever flown? Do you know?
I think 620.
Mate, that's insane. That's
kilometers. Go in miles. I'm not that good.
It's about 350 miles, isn't it? 354. Yeah, that's like here to London, mate. It's like, imagine
that'd be so good.
Let's do it. Let's buy some paragliders.
Got pretty nippy through the pass there, Harry.
You have this extra pair of gloves.
Oh God.
But it's gonna be a long ride home usually.
Yeah.
Like if you spend many hours in the cars as well.
Oh, I bet, mate.
I bet, buddy, yeah.
I was going to say as well, I would imagine being up that high, looking down over people. Like one thing that I've noticed when even in the swimming pool, if I go underwater, or I've tried a little bit of scuba diving as well. When you're underwater, I instantaneously feel like up there is a totally different world.
You feel like you're somewhere else.
You're in your own little world, your own little element, and nothing can touch or interfere with you. Is that something that you feel up in the sky there? Just like you're in peace with yourself, your own mind. There's no problems, no stresses. It's just you in the sky.
Yeah, pretty much. It's actually really crazy. Sometimes if you fly like 12 hours, you get like fried after 4 or 5 hours, I would say, especially in the deserts of Brazil or wherever you are. After that long flights, your mind gets into like a meditation stage.
Right.
A lot of things you do automatically. So it's a really peaceful and nice moment or experience to do.
Yeah. And I suppose what type of lifestyle do you have to have in order to do something like that? You've got to stay quite strong, fit and healthy, right, to do something like that.
Not in general. Most of us, or most of the people who do that sport like a lot, you get strong, you get a physical, but it's not something which is really required. Or for example, people who fly long distances, they're sometimes really don't look fit. They're like heavy dudes.
Yeah.
And yeah, they can fly really well, especially because as heavier as you are, as bigger as a glider, as less is the drag. So like if you're a heavy guy, your glider flies better than if you're a really small guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the biggest glider fly better than the small one.
Right.
So well, it's not that physical. You just if you fly cross country, big distances, you use your legs to push the front gallery of your glider to make it faster.
Oh,
so
right.
you adjust your speed and the speed of your wing. And in acrobacy, we pull a lot and really quickly, so it's more on your shoulders and the arms.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, they're both not really like sports which make you athletic, I would say. It's a big bonus if you are strong and if you are prepared and in case something happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be sharp in the head as well, haven't you? You got to be like, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can't go up there pissed right.
No, you can't go up a heroin addict, can you?
Hey, what's the future plans then, Kev? Any sort of future plans and?
Not that clear. Actually, I go in 2-3 weeks. I'm going to Colombia for like 6-7 weeks. Doing there 2 competitions and training a bit cross country and yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna, yeah, because you're a champion as well, aren't you? So tell me about these the like what you have to do. I mean, what year is it you're champion? Swiss champion.
I'm Swiss champion in acrobacy. So there you can you have a certain altitude, and this limits you to what you can do, how many maneuvers you can do. So we have a rule book, and there, like, you know, which maneuvers give a lot of points and which not. So you put them together.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to repeat any maneuver on the same side. So you have to mix up things. And yeah, there's quite a complicated scoring system, but mostly it's like the technical aspect, how hard is the trick, then how good and nice it is the second aspect. And the third one is the landing. Like it's also a major point. Like normally the raft where we land on is on the water. The competitions are usually over water. So yeah, you do like a ground spiral, you come full speed with a spiral close to the ground, and in the last moment you get out of the spiral and you tip touch or you touch your glider on the water. And if you're good, even with your feet or your hand, and then you land on the raft.
Oh, wow, man! And how much did you win? It's obviously a point system, right? Did you win like hands down, or was it a close competition?
Not so much. The Swiss championship I was well prepared, and yeah, the others didn't train that much, I would say.
Right. Okay.
So basically, you kick their ass.
Yeah, it's a nice way of saying, yeah, I wiped the floor. I wiped the floor with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit lucky this year, I would say. I was really well prepared.
And you said you got another 2 competitions coming up. I cut you off. Sorry.
Yeah, in Colombia, but it's cross country. It's distance flying. There's like 150 pilots in one race, and a few turn points, which give you a task of maybe like 30 to 100 miles is the task, and the one who is first in goal wins. Or it's not like
it's like a speed. It's like a right.
But it's all about the speed, and you can collect points along the way. If you're all the way first, you get some points. So and in the end, the one who leaded the most and is first, gets the most points.
Sounds fun, mate.
So what's because you said a lot of it is probably to do with the weight of the person, right? How fast you go. Does that, or is that just like the size of the glider that you need purely? Because you said earlier that it helps you if the heavier you are, the easier it is to fly, right?
Yeah, it's just a bit more efficient if you have a bigger glider because of the rotors at the end of your glider.
Right.
It's like an airplane; they always get this 2 rotors on the side.
Right.
So with a bigger glider, this the percentage is less to what the size is or something, and so they glide a bit better. But in case of speed and everything, they're pretty much all the same. It's just about this little bit floatier.
Yeah. So sorry, Ben.
Well,
Are you allowed, when you're in these competitions, are all your gliders the same size? Or are you allowed to have a big one? Is one guy has a thinner one, you know? Or do they have to all be the same sort of spec?
They all need to be certified. There is some certification process. Before, like 10 years ago, it wasn't like this, but then they used to have some accidents, and now they all need to be certified. But except of this, people have different sizes, different glider types, different brands.
Okay. Nice. I bet they've all got their little perks. Like the bigger ones will probably go further distance, but the smaller ones maybe are a little bit faster. But
you have been playing too many computer games.
I have, mate. I have. Yeah. It's interesting.
Are you into
man.
any computer games? What else do you do, mate, for like, you know, chilling out? Are you into computer games or anything like that?
Yeah, I like to play sometimes some games. Yeah.
What do you play?
But I'm old-fashioned, like Halo or some small like arcade games with some friends.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
As well, I'm quite a sports guy. I like to go like I play ice hockey in the winter here and there.
You play what?
Ice hockey.
Oh, ice hockey. Yeah.
Yeah, and some how you call it, and some small team with some friends, and all kind of sports I'm into pretty much.
Yeah. So when you were a kid, what sort of sports were you into then?
I played for really long ice hockey as well. I was like.
That's a hardcore sport. That is fucking hardcore, man.
Yeah. It makes it tough, I would say.
Yeah. But I tell you what's more hardcore than ice hockey? Girls hockey.
Oh, is it?
Fuck me, man. I'm telling you, have you ever played normal hockey? UK hockey?
I haven't.
Right. Forget about the headgear and the pads and stuff, mate. These girls go out in shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ball is heavy as shit. And it's a wooden stick clouting you, mate. I'm telling you, man.
I've seen it on TV.
It's hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
They go full on, no?
Eh?
They go full on, like
they go full on. Yeah, definitely. But no, I do like ice hockey. To be fair, I like watching it.
Same.
We don't get that in the UK. You know, you have to, see it on Sky or something like that. But they actually don't they give you, what is it, like 15 seconds to fight somebody or something, don't they?
It's just in the NHL, like in the North American Hockey League.
Oh, is it?
And no, as well in the junior leagues, they don't let you fight at all. For sure it happens. Things go crazy. Sometimes even the coach sends out all the players, like, go fight.
Yeah.
Like,
toughen you up.
Some crazy scenes, that for sure.
Oh, man.
Oh, so that's only in the NHL? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought that was part of it.
So did I, mate. But
it is almost to diffuse the situation.
Maybe also in the Russian league or, in the other league, but it's not really common in Europe. They immediately stop it.
Yeah. Well, so talk to us a little bit about your social media, mate. Your Instagram. You've also got YouTube, right? Are you planning to? Because you've only got about 5 or 6 videos on your YouTube. Are you planning to upload more? Now that you've got this sort of funnel of people eyes on you, and you've got your competitions coming up as well, 2 more competitions. I mean, this is the moment now to just fucking explode.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. I want to focus more on social media as well on YouTube. But I'm really, how should I say, I'm really picky, or I'm not always really happy with the product. So, it will
You're a
take
perfectionist.
I'm a really big perfectionist, and my workflow was terrible with those things. But I try to get there, that's for sure.
Because, I'll be honest with you, mate, you say that. I do see your Instagram, I can see as a hell of a lot of good photography. I'm sure you've obviously, because he loves his photography. It's amazing how just looking at the thumbnails of your Instagram pictures, each thumbnail is an impressive picture in itself. It's not just the videos, It looks so good.
I'd personally love to see a video. If you did a video on YouTube saying, I'm going to take you up, guys, and this is how you do a loop, and explain what you're doing. And I'm a full-on geek. I love, learning about how stuff works. And give me something, I like to take it apart, find out how it works.
Yeah.
So I'd love that.
Yeah, because the other thing is
parts as well. There are many there's a lot of knowledge which is not shared along, and especially in the community I'm flying like aerobatic, we really put our gear to the test by our experiences, and so there's a lot of stuff which is worth knowing for the community, which I want to put out there.
Yeah, that'd be good to see, mate. I'd love to see that.
Do you ever get people to do drone footage of you? Like, I mean, like getting a drone right up close to you while you're doing all these accurate, because obviously you've got your head cam and your phone and stuff like that. And I imagine that people are flying next to you, recording you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're trying different ways to record, and we have some really nice recordings with the drone. Also, a good friend was lately in Turkey, where this footage over the beach, over this where I also did the slide. So there, and he put like a big red cinema camera on his head, and we tried many things to get some shots in. And
are you talking about the brand Red?
Yes.
Yeah, that's an expensive, nice camera. That.
Yeah, this friend is a stuntman, and he won it by some movie project. And he won a
he's a stuntman, is he? What's he do then? Oh, jump off of buildings, I presume. Jump out of cars.
He's learning how to bloody survive a fall, mate.
Yeah.
This guy can tell you good stories. No, it's really funny, because he was there in Turkey lately, and they were talking about how they were shooting for Expendables 4.
Oh, what the Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah, exactly. And my friend had to Google Sylvester Stallone, so he came up to take off in Turkey, and the guy put the red on his head, and he had like some weird-looking gloves which Stallone wore in the movie, and he wore the Perry, like this French army hat,
No. Oh, wow! So he had to be Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, they were doing even some special shots for the movie there.
No, mate, you'll have to send me his details or something, or speak to him and see if he wants to come on this podcast or something, because that would be interesting. That would be it'd be nice to speak to. Yeah.
Yeah. Stories. He worked for Too Fast, Too Furious. He works for James Bond. He worked for many.
What's his name?
Ilkov. I don't know his last name actually.
Yeah, well, try to get us the number, man, because that'd be epic.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, but man, I'm telling you, it's so good to finally speak to you, because it did take a bit of time to, because I can see you're busy.
I'm sorry, yeah.
No, it's absolutely fine, man. I just really appreciate you. You giving us your time and telling us the story. But like it's amazing. When I saw that, I was like, we have to have this guy.
I was amazed when you sent it to me. He sent it to me. He sent it me on my phone. Check this out, mate. I was like, and I watched it. I was like, holy shit. He goes, mate, he's coming on a podcast. I was like, fucking yes. Yeah, it's so good, mate.
One last question. I didn't ask about that fall. How far were you off ground before the parachute opened up?
People said like 60, 70 meters, something like this. So by the speed I was falling, there was like 1 or 2 seconds left.
You hit pretty hard as well. Even with that like reserve chute, you still came down with a pretty hard bang, didn't you?
It was okay. I was actually worried that the reserve chute will explode, because it's not made for this kind of speeds.
Right.
This paragliding reserve chutes are made to open with small speeds. So if you're falling that fast, they can burst. And
oh man,
there should be some sort of suit that like you can press a button, you just go.
You fucking bounce all the way down the mountain then.
So what? At least you're safe.
Like Zorbin. Goes from paragliding to Zorbin.
Yes, mate. Into the water. Like.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
Yeah. Oh, they're working on it. There are some airbag systems by now, but I'm still not really ready for the market.
Wow, man.
That's been amazing.
It's really good to speak to you. We're going to wrap it up, mate. But did you want to call out your Instagram? Are you on Twitter as well?
No, just Instagram and YouTube.
Okay.
I use as Facebook, but not really a lot anymore.
Okay.
No.
From the past.
Yeah. Facebook's for old people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these people watching now going, "Fuck you, Ben." Like,
yeah, man.
But try and get on Twitter now that Elon Musk has got Twitter, eh?
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, get on there. It might be
interesting soon.
It might get interesting, absolutely. But have you got any more questions for Kevin?
Nah, mate, it's been really good. Just appreciate your time. It's been really fresh. Been really nice to speak to you.
Let me shout out the Instagram a minute. So if you want to follow Kevin Philipp, his Instagram is Kevin Philipp.
With 2 P's at the end.
Yeah, 2 P's at the end of Philip. Go and check him out if you haven't already. You probably have seen him because of the viral video. But just looking at the other footage alone is absolutely amazing. So you need to do that. And also on YouTube. The YouTube, again, is just Kevin Philipp, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, brilliant.
Like that.
Kevin, it's been brilliant speaking to you, mate. Hang on in a second. We're just gonna wrap up. But
thanks, Kevin. Stay safe out there, mate, on that bloody parachute.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, mate.
Talking to you.